Our guest of honor today is known to have revolutionized the management culture of not only his organization, but of the entirety of the corporate sector, even bringing in some lessons into the public sector at times, but surprisingly into the sporting arena as well. His inherent talent is in taking ordinary young people and making them extraordinary. This is whether they're on the production floor, where he works, or in the boxing ring. His methods are unorthodox, but he has brought in results, which has, for over 25 years in the apparel industry and later in the sporting arena, placed him as a mentor, a role model, a leader, a guru, and a friend to thousands of young people. But in his mind, he will always remain their trust, their support, and most of all, their cornerman. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest of honor today, the Group Director of MS Holdings and Managing Director of MS Intimates, Dian Gomes.
Good morning. Members of the head table, Deputy Minister, Honorable Mohanlal Grero, ladies and gentlemen. MS Holdings is Sri Lanka's largest corporate, employs 60,000 employees across Sri Lanka in 34 locations and $1.4 billion company. Since we are in the apparel industry, it's labor intensive. Our biggest strength and weakness comes from the technical abilities of our people to become world class. Therefore, we understand the needs of our organization or in the corporate sector and what we would require from all of you all runs these institutes. But as a chief executive, I think there's a great conflict because the needs that what we want and the needs that are being produced, there's a big difference. The people, the 40,000 or 50,000 are made to understand who are in these technical institutes, sometimes pursue their own objectives of self-employment. Some of them join the corporate sector. But what they are not prepared when they walk into a corporate job is one of the main areas of deficiency I felt is the soft skills. Technically, I think Sri Lankans are world class. If you look at the best innovations for MS Holdings, it has come from the simple mechanic who's gone to a vocational training institute, who's done some groundbreaking innovations. But the issue is how he works as a team, how he communicates, what's his competency of English. And they struggle through that. They're not geared for that. They're not geared to face an interview. They're not geared to face or work in teams. And we have a major conflict. So what happens in reality is when all these young technicians join us, we have to what I call retool them. For me, making bras and panties and lingerie to the best retailers in the world is not rocket science. Sri Lankans are capable of doing it. The issue is we have to retool them. We have to teach them leadership. We have to teach them team dynamics. We have to teach a lot of soft skills. In practice, I can talk about those people who had overcome all those. The young engineers, the young technicians who have progressed in our organization have all had overcome that. So what I'm appealing to you all, with the minister being here, is to incorporate some of those factors or take into consideration the soft skills and the other factors that you need to make them much more rounded individuals. You can't have a technician who comes in there who cannot really comprehend the English language, etc. Not that they can't, they are not confident. So the internships that the private and the public sector partnerships have, we develop that. But we need, like MAS is one entity which employs only 60,000 people. There are thousands of entities. We need to work in a much more collaborative basis, that we need develop these skills. So I always tell them, these are not rocket science. There are guys on the beach who have never gone to school, who speaks German and French and all that. Why can't you learn English? Why can't you make the IT presentations? Because world is going to change. I mean, the time that I, studied at the university, the computers were mainframe computers. Today I see the minister who's going to speak, he's using the iPad. Things have changed. It's your iPhone, and all of our workers, 80% of them have a smartphone. 80% of them. So are you ready? Are you teaching them those techniques? I am telling you, 20 years ago, the apparel industry worker was very different. Today, 80% of them have got GC advanced level. And they have got smartphones. In the next 10 years, technology will drive industries. Are you thinking forward? Is your syllabuses thinking forward? Or is it the same stuff that you are teaching for the last 25 years? Industry doesn't want that. So I'm appealing to all of you all, what you really need is a mind shift change. If we have that mind shift change, what you teach, because I feel in my 50s, I have become a dinosaur. Because my kids are much more computer savvy. For every question, they would do a Google search. That's not the world that I lived in when I went to university, when I became an accountant. So are you all teaching these young technicians the new world? So I don't want to talk on details. We are struggling finding technicians. We set up a plant in the north. We need 1,600 people. Thanks to some of the institutes here, which are doing something to produce people, to produce those technicians, we have a dog's chance. We had to relocate nearly 50 people from other parts of the country to run that plant because we don't have technical staff. So what are we doing about it? I want you all to open your eyes, take a mind shift change, and see that in the next 10 years, what we require as Sri Lankans to make this country go forward is to build that capacity and the capability at every level, to make them world class at every level. The best technicians, the best engineers, the best scientists. And we all need the private sector and the public sector to come together to do that. So I would like the minister here to appeal to the private sector, which has much more aggressive resource base, to start doing, to get into partnerships more aggressively to make Sri Lanka a great place, so that my daughters and your sons will have a great future for all of us. Thank you.